EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the inline, so it'll come out to the 25. Right to the air is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I really don't think you can... making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
And he's going to have the Broncos 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. Boy, nearly intercepted right away. The Broncos at 11-4 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, When they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out, something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And returning it, here's Hamler. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, Williams. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
14, got it.
From the 38, Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. This one complete to Tonyan underneath. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big play here as they strike for 31. To another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense? He's got a man, complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw pulled in by Melton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Rodgers to throw once more. Completes it again to Dobbs. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, 38 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got, and he lost the football, and the Packers pick it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And that's what we've we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And it just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And some room to maneuver. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
And he'll take this down to the 33. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are once again back in front. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On first down, Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now it's Rodgers. And a slant to his running back. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure. Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break. Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14, and he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and a couple, Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 8. Time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance. Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner, yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead. Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one. Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. There, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen. Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now it's Wilson. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Rodgers will go right back to Tunyon. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that? Lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know, all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers 14 yards. And the Packers are back within a couple of the lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now Wilson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Up the middle, it's Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuegbunam. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go back to the ground with Williams. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Brought down by Nazeeh Johnson.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Here's Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Alert. 14.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone, and sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. He's got room past the 30.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. On 1st down, Wilson going up top for Miller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Going deep this time for Miller. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they work this out past the 25. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Wilson to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
The kick by McManus is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
To throw is Rodgers. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Back to throw, Rodgers. Able to find Melton, and they're going to get this up to midfield. Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Rodgers to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They'll look to throw. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. One last shot for Wilson. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed. And now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams group, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there. Blocked the extra point and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead.